is the Hot Springs Gambling Museum that myself, Chris Hendricks, and Tony Frazier run. And because Chris and I were too young when they had the gambling, they shut it down in 1967. We were fascinated with what was going on here. We just are avid collectors, and we both had a huge collection, and we decided to display and show our collection. Hot Springs has been known for illegal gambling since the settlements back here in the 1800s. Because of the hot water, people would come for the hot water, and the city had so many people they wanted to find some entertainment for them, and they started opening up casinos and gambling houses back in the early 1800s. It was never legal; it was always illegal, but it was recognized by the city of Hot Springs.
The big clubs always had big name entertainment, big draw. They operated 6 nights a week, every night except Sunday. They had 2 shows a night. They had a dinner show and a late show for 6 days every week. A lot of the clubs, mostly were downtown, had bookie joints in them. And a lot of them were upstairs. Most of them downtown were upstairs, the bookies. And you would walk upstairs and it would open up and it had betting windows and seats where you could sit, and they had results from the races came by wire, and they announced the race running. You'd buy your tickets just like you did at the track, put your bets down at the windows. They got the results about probably 30 minutes later than the actual race ran, and they'd call the race all over again. Somebody else did. And you'd win or lose, or just like you did at the track. They had been raiding the different clubs out in the city and the county for a while, and picking them up, raiding and picking them up and whatnot. And we had picked a lot of them up because of that. We're gathering them up, getting in, so we didn't want to lose the machine. We had a lot of them just piled up in the shop. There's a picture back there of them in the shop anyway. And I got up one morning, I guess it was October the 7th, 67, I think, October 4th, 67. And looked out front of the house, and Clay White, the head of the FBI, was sitting out there. My wife says, what's he doing sitting out there? And I said, what? I looked out, it was Clay White. I said, oh. Well, I had been in his office the day before with some information he wanted from me. And I'd left my sunglasses on his desk. I said, well, I guess he's bringing my sunglasses too. But it wasn't actually the FBI that raided, it was the state police. The FBI goes with them on things like that to collect information. They get serial numbers and all that. So anyway, just 2 minutes later, here they came, all the state, Lynn Davis and all the state troopers out of Little Rock. And I didn't think they were going to come to my house, but they did. And anyway, they spent the day there in 2 huge U-Haul trucks hauling stuff, machines, parts, everything pertaining to my operation. They took it out on the national park land up behind Magic Springs, piled it up, dug a hole, poured diesel oil on it, set it on fire, and burned it, and covered it up.